earlier in the show, we discussed how Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje have both arguably never been involved in a boring fight. So that sets up our top 5 for the week, which is the top 5 must-watch fighters. Ken Flobe, since you are the winner,
yes,
why don't you kick things off for us? I'm sorry, Alan.
She's just rubbing it in for me. All right, number 5. How about TJ Dillashaw as a must-watch fighter? This guy is all technique. He's all action. I love seeing what kind of new techniques he's going to come in with next. This guy, absolute scientist. Love the way he puts it all together. Number 5. Number 4. What about Nate Diaz? That's what's up. You know he's going to bring it every fight, 209. He always brings it, man. I love his style. He's been fighting since he was a teenager. This guy comes in with a tremendous amount of heart. He can finish it on the feet. He can finish it on the mat. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Always have love for Nate Diaz, even though I love doing an impersonation of Nate Diaz. All right, number 3. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. This guy, I love the way this guy moves, the kind of techniques that he brings into the octagon. Really took the karate style to the next level. You never know what he's going to throw at you. Those spinning attacks, absolutely world-class. Wonderboy is an absolute beast with his footwork as well. Number 2, Conor McGregor. I mean, you got to have him in there, right? There's a reason why this guy is bringing in millions of pay-per-views every single time he fights. He has a left hand from hell, always looking for the knockout, and he does it with pizzazz. Number 2 here with Conor McGregor. Robbie Lawler is my number 1 pick. Why?
Oh, I love that.
He has kept in this style since he was 19 years old when he came into the UFC, Megan. He has changed and evolved. He's gotten better as a fighter, but he has always retained that same aggression, that same action. That's why Robbie Lawler is my number 1 must-watch fighter in the UFC. Alan, I beat you in the roundhouse, and I think I beat you with the top 5 list. You can give your list. I just don't think it's going to do much.
Alan,
we're going to have to get the next segment really
trying to
soon
organize
so I
my
can
belt.
I believe
My
in you.
belt's all over the place.
Let me try to get my confidence back a little bit. See for confidence, as Kenny would say. My list goes a little something like this. I'm going to give some love to the lightweight division because they are stacked up right now. And Khabib Nurmagomedov is a guy that you need to keep your eye on. Ground and pound, on the feet, whatever he's doing, big slams, the pressure game, he's the best at it right now. Next up on my list is number 4, Eddie Alvarez. Ever since this guy came in the UFC, you knew his style. He's a guy that would get rocked and come back. He always brings it, though. Had a tough matchup against Cowboy in his UFC debut, but since then he was able to come back, get the belt around his waist, and do some great things, great fights right there.
That's a great pick.
Number 3 on my list, Justin Gaethje. We talked about him earlier. He is a guy that just brings it every single time. Look at, he has great leg kicks. He's not really known for his leg kicks, but he seems to hurt every fighter with it. He comes forward as an iron chin. He suffered his first loss in his career, but didn't seem to deter him. He likes getting these kind of fights. He has a passion about it. Always like to see him fight. Number 2 on my list, another boy from the flat, the King of Lafayette. Number 2, King of Lafayette. I'm number 1. He's 2. DC's somewhere in the 3rd. I think he bought himself a float or something. He's doing big things these days. But Dustin Poirier, back to the man right here. Dustin the Diamond, great fighter. He's been doing stuff for a long time. We've been training together off and on for a number of years. Every time we go back home, we get in some great work. And he continues to evolve. He's a great striker, and he continues to bring it on the feet and on the ground these days. But number 1 on my list is the guy, love or hate his sunglasses, he's going to wear them anyway. He does not care. He's going to hit the speed bag blindfolded. He's going to do some crazy stuff, but you're going to watch it. You got to be a fan. Tony Ferguson, El Cucuy, he gets the job done. He's unorthodox, but he's graceful at it. That is why he's number 1 on my list. Kenny Florian.
That's a great list, Alan.
Thank you,
I gotta give it to you.
Thank you.
You guys
I
both
gotta give it
have
to you.
really, really good lists. This
I'm
was
humble
the
in
hardest
defeat.
list I've ever had to make in all of my hosting duties here, because there's so many fighters that I love watching, and so many fighters I want the public to love watching as much as I do.
You've got me intrigued again.
Get ready. Here's my top 5. Let's get it started. Number 5, Cody Garbrandt.
Nice.
No Love. No Love had 4 fights in 1 year. The same year he made his UFC debut, he was fighting for the world title and beat one of the best to ever do it, Dominic Cruz. He was doing dance moves. He was popping and locking.
Yeah.
He's exciting. He always seems to hate his opponents, which also makes the lead up to his fights really fun. But he is a very talented striker with a wrestling background. I love watching No Love fight. So he's number 5, starting off the list. Number 4 is Frankie Edgar.
Hey.
Frankie is somebody that I have always loved watching, whether he's at 155 and having this crazy trilogy with Gray Maynard, whether he moved to 145, and I'm going to say it right now, I would like to see Frankie at 135 as well. I think he could make the weight. I think he would do very well in that division. He's never been in a boring fight, win, lose, or draw. Frankie Edgar's number 4 on my list. Representing for the ladies, I got number 3, Thug Rose Namajunas. Rose came from The Ultimate Fighter, where she was so fun to watch, and we have watched her progress right in front of our eyes. As a mixed martial artist, she went from a submission specialist to now this crazy kickboxer. She's got punches and kicks, and she mixes it up, and she is just as cool as they come.
She's a finisher, Megan.
She's a finisher.
Yeah.
She's got a shaved head, and she's modeled for Vogue magazine. She's a world champion, and one of the sweetest people you will ever come across.
Go, Rose.
All right, number 2, somebody you guys know very well,
Yes.
Brian Ortega. I think Brian is so young that his potential is, through the roof. We are going to see him fight for a title at some point in the very near future, but I think he is so fun to watch because it could be the final 30 seconds of the 3rd round, and Brian Ortega is still going to go for that finish. He doesn't care how long it takes, and he was the first man to ever knock out Frankie Edgar, so you got to watch him.
Long hair don't care.
Exactly. Long hair don't care.
No.
And number 1, Habib. And I'm picking him because not only is he just a force to be reckoned with, undefeated inside the octagon and in his career, but he makes wrestling and the grappling components of a fight look so cool that I think he's really bringing in another group of fans that maybe, we always hear people boo when the fight goes to the canvas. Nobody boos when Habib takes this to the canvas. They like it, they appreciate it.
Dang, Megan.
This is
really?
why.
Listen, I would never admit if Alan had a better list than me,
Right.
but you had a better
Oh
list
my
than
Her
me.
and all
God,
of
thanks
her
so much.
Stats
But
and bullet
alas,
points.
I still have the belt.
Damn it.
Until I take it away, but coming up next
Interesting.
is our social media segment, Rapid Fire. You guys send in your questions via social media to Ken, Flo, and Alan. So find out if your question got selected.
good.
Thanks for watching because we're having fun. We hope
What is
you are
this,
too.
velvet?
We'll be right back.
This is beautiful.